Well, I am an admirer of Elisa's. Elisa has even worked for me, and the fact is that she is talented.
What's it called? Kermit and Friends?
Kermit and Friends.
Kermit. But if Kermit...
You're saying
like
not to
frog?
do...
Yeah,
wait.
I actually have watched a few hours of Kermit and Friends.
How many hours have you watched, Natalie?
Oh, no. Probably indulged in 8 hours.
Holy...
my wife and I watched Benji's ex-girlfriends or whatever's going on. We watched this crazy podcast, and I have to say, this is one of the, probably in the top 5 things I think about right now.
She has a podcast, but she gets to come on the radio. It is craziness upon craziness.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Kermit and Friends. I am Lisa. This is Fozzie, and Kermit is watching from heaven. So very exciting show today. We have a special guest named the Unread Bat. I had never heard of this Unread Bat before recently, but many people have sent me different bios describing the Unread Bat. I will read you one of them that I think was the best one. The Unread Bat was born on the 17th of December in 1991. This is a young bat. It's a very young bat in Athens. His passions are scene fashion, hairstyles, the game IMVU and WWE. His dream is to come to America one day. He was diagnosed with autism at a young age, and the effects of this condition isolated him from his peers. He was often made fun of at school. So that is something that I can relate to. And even now I relate to that because sometimes I get made fun of at work. So when the bat left school, he remained under guardianship of his separated parents, sometimes living in Greece with his father. Okay, occasionally the bat used to attend a social group for other autistic people. So he's going to fit right in here, you guys. This guy's going to do very well here. Occasionally the bat attended the school. He would study characters and imagine comical scenarios, but he was bored. So when he got bored, he got into trouble. I did the same thing. When I got bored, I got into trouble too. His lifestyle of constant boredom went on to destructive tendencies. I'm sure we all can relate to that, right? It's not just bats. I think other people can relate to that as well. His first victim was a friend. He had many victims in his past. This is just such a long bio. It's hard for me to get through it. But during the 2016 U.S. election, the bat became a Trump supporter because he found him funny. He began to follow various Republican channels, and this is how he encountered Douglas Ducote. He was intrigued by his patriotic, gun enthusiast character and began to imagine funny scenarios with him where Ducote would go on to extreme comical lengths to protect his country. So the bat devised a plan to bring one of these scenarios to life so he'd be noticed by Ducote and hopefully to be arrested by the FBI and finally get to see America. So this is what happens when people get bored, I think. Let's just welcome real quick before we get to our guests. my potential co-host here, Wheezy.
Hello. Thank you.
Welcome to Kermit and Friends, Wheezy. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's been quite a week, and I'm very excited about this Unread Bat.
Really?
Yeah, I got to talk to him a little bit, but he was very quiet, and so I didn't get to really learn his personality yet. So I'm excited that he'll be on today.
Yeah, he was super quiet. Some people from the community were doing shows with him. And I just heard so many things about this guy. And it's just so funny that everybody's talking about this person. And when I saw him interviewed, he said 2 words.
Yeah. He could barely and he not only did he say 2 words, he was very quiet when he talked. So I was like, what?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Yeah, exactly.
But he seems very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, he is. And I can relate to a lot of why he did these things, because he had a destructive path.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we can really all relate to that, because with boredom and, when you're just growing up and you feel different than everybody, people are picking on you, you start to be desperate.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just looking to entertain yourself. So you could definitely get into trouble. I think people have even gotten into trouble here, you included.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah. Sometimes I get a little bored myself and I have to spice things up.
Yeah. So we don't want anybody to be bored here. We want everyone to enjoy it and just have fun and basically just laugh and have a good time.
Absolutely.
So do you have any expectations for the show today?
No, I know it's going to be good. I know that you'll do a great job interviewing him. And I don't really know why he's popular. I mean, I heard the bio, but I don't know what his victims mean. So I'm kind of just really excited to hear about all of that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm excited. I want to hear from the victims first. Okay. So I want to hear from the victims, see what they have to say, because there's victims here. I wonder who would call themselves a victim of me. I think maybe Coach Love, maybe right now.
Yeah, definitely. I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually talked to her on the phone last night at length. And it was just one of these conversations where, I'm saying something, she's saying something. We're both opposing, there's nothing in common on this call. We both have exact opposite views of what happened.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it's sad when that happens. And then sometimes you just can't come to a common, you don't have anything in common anymore. And I said, oh man, this is so sad, because we both used to work on this show together and really try to make it great. And we had a good purpose. And now it's something happens there where now we're just separate. And she's just I didn't feel like we had a bond at all anymore. I didn't feel
that's unfortunate. I mean, I know last week was pretty spicy, and there's been a lot of fallout since then. I think that you even got blocked from our server, perhaps. But
yeah, I'm back in there.
I've stayed out of it. I've stayed out of it because I don't want to get in the middle of you guys. That's for sure.
No, there's no winners here when someone does that.
Not at all. Yeah, I agree.
There's no winners, but we're just gonna go with the flow, see what happens. Let's hear from a few of the victims. I think.
Great idea.
Yeah, let's hear from a few of the victims. This first victim, I think, is an associate of Bat. Are you a victim of the Unread Bat?
Well, I have been a victim. But
okay.
I don't want to talk about. He said he didn't want me to talk about my victimhood. We're friends now.
Oh, your friend?
If he's comfortable with it, I can go through. I know one of my friends was a serious victim of the Unread Bat. I can tell you about that.
Okay, so your friend was a victim of the Unread Bat. What happened to your friend?
Well, my friend, he's a homosexual. I introduced him to the bat, and he insinuated that he wanted to have sexual relations with him. The bat said he wasn't interested. My friend replied by insulting him. He insulted his ethnicity. He called him dumb. He called him a sponge. He called him a mollusk. I don't know what these things mean. But the Unread Bat said, he insults me, I'm going to insult him back. He launched a 2-year scheme of harassment against this guy. Now, this guy was a well-known pianist in my country. I'm not going to give out his name. But basically, the bat brought him down to his knees. He invaded his website where he advertised his music with obscene comments. They had to shut down the comments section. He found this guy's email and contacted his college using his email, so they thought it was him. He attacked him right at his very core because his passion is about playing the piano.
Yeah.
The bat thought, now most people wouldn't make this connection. What would be his favorite animal? A zebra, black and white. The keys of a piano. So he would talk about zebras. He would talk about killing zebras in front of this guy. He would buy ice cream, chocolate and vanilla flavor ice cream. Again, it looks like in Bat's mind. the keys of a piano. He would destroy this on camera and send it to my friend. My friend tried not to react. He told me, "Can you try and get this guy off my back?" I say, "I can't control him. The bat is in his own element." He did this for 2 years. He even contacted his family. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He insulted him to start with. The bat didn't want to fuck him. So what?
I'm really sorry to hear about your friend. We have another guest that was a victim, Douglas Ducote. Are you familiar with him?
Oh, yeah. Is he going to be on the show today?
Yeah, he's here. He's going to speak his piece, too, because I think he was affected. Any thoughts on that situation?
I have mixed feelings on that. Douglas Ducote is a good guy. What the Unread bat did to him, I think, was immoral. But that does not mean I do not see the funny side. I don't find what happened to him funny, but I find what was going on in the bat's mind very, very funny. And a lot of people don't understand why it was as funny as it was. Now, I can talk about that now, or we can talk about that later. But
let's figure out if it's funny or not. Let's ask him. Just wait a second. Let's just ask Douglas Ducote what happened to him, if it was funny at all.
Well, I can laugh at it today because, lots and lots of people were involved with this, law enforcement wise. But here's what he did. He would go on websites where you could ask a question to get a response back, such as schools, airports, members of Congress. Mm-hmm. And he would put in for the response, my name, my address, my phone number, and then the comments would be something horrible. Like if it was at a school, he would say, my name's Douglas Ducote, and I like to molest little kids, and I'm going to come over to your school, and I'm going to fuck little boys in the butt. Okay? Horrible things like that. Well, then what would the schools do? The schools, in return, thinking that it's me, would contact their local police, and their local police would get in touch with, trying to figure out who I was. And so this started going on for quite some time. It went on for about 6 months. And then he upped the ante. Mm-hmm. He started contacting airports and literally shutting them down for terrorist threats under my name. He would say, put in my name, my email address, everything about me. And in the comment would be something like, I'm flying an airplane over there today and I'm going to blow up and kill everybody in the town, or I'm going to kill everybody at the airport. I'm coming in with an AK-47 to wipe everybody out, whatever, to get law enforcement to come get me. Well, that got the FBI involved, obviously. And they came thinking that I'm actually making these terrorist threats. Luckily, one of the FBI agents, who has now become a friend of mine, took it a step further, which somebody should have done a long time ago, to look at the IP address and realize this wasn't me at all. And then when they went and looked at my YouTube channel and realized that I'm a former law enforcement officer, I'm a highly decorated combat veteran, I support law enforcement, they realized that this was a prank. And so they actually, to this day, there is a bubble basically built around me and my family from the vicious things this guy was doing, so that when other law enforcement agencies try and find out who I am, the FBI can intervene and stop, because there are levels where it comes out of local law enforcement. For instance, if you're saying you're going to attack an airport, or you're going to kill a member of Congress, or you're going to go after the president, that's federal level. So when it gets escalated to that, the FBI immediately knows Douglas Ducote, he's being harassed by this guy. This ain't him doing this. They let them know, the congressman of the airport, whatever. But he actually shut down, that I know of, from what the FBI told me, 4 separate airports because they thought they were having a terrorist attack. That affected a whole shitload of people and money with the airports, the airplanes, the companies, United, American, whoever, was all affected, thinking that Douglas Ducote is coming over there to freaking kill people. And when it gets to that level, that shit's not funny anymore. That's criminal. So the FBI found out who he was through using Interpol, and then realized that, I guess they talked to his family. I don't know who they spoke with, but basically they said, look, the guy's not all there. He's got serious mental problems. And this has been going on for a lot of people are victims of this. There's nothing we can do to him that's going to help. What are we going to do? Lock him up in a straitjacket in a padded room somewhere? So eventually, once he realized he could no longer target me, that I wasn't going to get arrested, then he reached out apologizing. Even had members of his family contact me and apologize for his behavior and explain what was going on. And I accepted his apology. Don't ever do it again. This wasn't cool. Don't do it to anyone. And that was going along really, really good until about 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden, a video appears on YouTube, and it's got just a blip. It's like maybe 5 seconds. And it's me talking about the things that people have said about my wife and my kids, especially my special needs son, that's horrible. And in this clip he takes, what you hear me saying is, my wife is a big fat bitch. All right. But the whole clip is me saying, these people are saying things about my wife, for instance, saying she's a big fat bitch. So, and it was classic The Bat. All right. Even had my picture and like tears coming out of my eyes that he photoshops in on all the shit he does. And so I reached out to him in the email and I said, dude, I accepted your apology. Now you're doing this shit again. And he went, well, why are you accusing me of doing it? I didn't do this.
Okay, we're getting a caller, Doug. Just hold on one second. Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Hi, all. Hi, Mr. Ducote. I have a quick question for you. How did the Bat pick you to frame and terrorize? How did the Bat get involved with you? Why did he pick
That's
you?
That's a great question.
Great question.
Fight back at all?
Great question. Thank you.
And it's a great question. It's
Very
not just
good.
him. I'd like to know about the other people too. I mean, there's Stephen Ray Foster. There's Glenn Ray Hyder. I just did a video about him last night.
Are these all YouTube celebrities that he's choosing?
Yes.
Okay.
Conservative. Anyone with a conservative voice.
But he's conservative.
I don't know what he is.
Do you think he's just looking for attention from people he admires?
I don't know. I have a special needs son, so I accepted his apology based on the fact that he does have special needs, and that was verified, through law enforcement to me. But there comes a point where somebody has to step in and say, if this was my kid doing this, I would take away, and my kid's 32 years old, and he's special needs. Okay. I would take away his phone, his computer. He wouldn't have shit to be able to contact with the outside world. But this guy manages to get a hold of that stuff and continue to
How
do
does he do that? Nobody's watching him. He doesn't have any supervision at all?
None.
Okay. So he needs supervision. How old? He's young, though. He's born in 91.
Yeah.
He's a young guy, and there's nobody helping him. So he's off to his own devices. He admires you. He wants to get your attention. Did he ever try to get your attention in like a more normal way?
No.
No. Okay. It was just this.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. Okay. So this is crazy. Okay. But it's okay. So we have some people with questions. Let's take a question. Oh, there's so many. You have no idea. I mean, I'm just shocked by this Unread Bat guy. How many people have come forward? I mean, I've had top sports agents on the show. I've had famous comedians on the show, but this Unread Bat, people have a strong opinion on him either way. It's like either people love him or they're in your situation. So let's just take some questions. Let's see. Okay, we have Wits here. Wits, what's your question for Douglas Ducote?
Am I up here? Hey, Doug.
Hey,
it's
man.
not a question, Elisa. I just want to call him a fucking scamming liar. He's blaming this crap on the bat, and we have hour after hour after hour clipped video of T. Bob Jones being the actual one calling your son the names, calling your wife, telling your wife he was going to skull fuck her, giving your address out. We have clip after clip. You admitted to me personally, Doug Ducote, after you lied the first time and I pinned you down, you paid Bob $400 to leave your show alone and stop trolling you under the guise of a reward for outing some Douglas Ducote clown. Look, you don't have insurance on that fucking $300,000 home that the hurricane drops a tree on. You have to beg for fucking money from the American public because you're what? A veteran? I'm a veteran. I'm a fucking veteran. You've never heard me beg for money or tell the public they owe me a living. We'll stop right there. I got more, Douglas Ducote. It was, in fact, Bob, T-Bob, who made all them threats to your son, your wife, and if you deny it, we will pop up with hours and hours of video clips to prove it. What say you now, Doug? Do not blame this innocent kid. He's got a problem. Okay. We'll do. Okay. Grin.
Wow, you need to take your medication or something, brother, because you're so full of shit. Look, let's get you talk. First, do you want me to talk?
Okay.
You don't want me to talk?
Okay.
Number one, yes, Bob did some horrible things. No doubt about that. Bob was probably the first person to physically go start attacking me. And there's lots of video of that, right? Then when Bob and I spoke several times and on the phone and email, Bob apologized for what he did. And I accepted Bob's apology. And I believe that Bob truly meant, look, I was intoxicated when I did it. I didn't mean to say those horrible things about you. And I'm sorry. And so we moved on. What Bob did and what this guy, the bat, did are two different things. And brother, I've got the FBI reports to show you. If you'd like to see that, I'd be more than happy to share it with your fucking screen, that the FBI had to get involved to go after this guy in Greece. All right. And they did. Okay. So he is responsible for being the person that shut down the airports and sent law enforcement to my house. So you can rant and rave like a little bitch all you want. I'm sorry. You're not like me. We're not going to get into this. You're a liar fuck living in his hut somewhere speaking shit. So go fuck yourself. How about that, pal? I don't ever care to speak to you again. You're a goddamn lying piece of crap. So fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know why Witz is saying that. He's a friend of Bob.
He's a fucking idiot. That's why he's saying it. He's an idiot.
He's very passionate.
Tell me the FBI. Am I unmuted or not?
No.
I don't want to talk. Look, if he's going to be on here, I don't want to talk to him.
All right, okay.
He's a fucking idiot.
We'll just take a break. Just simmer down, Witz. You just try to calm down for a second. All right. So he thinks that it's Bob, but why would you lie about the unread bat and Bob? Like, I don't see why you would do that and why he would think you would lie about the bat.
Because this guy's unhinged.
Okay, I'm getting a caller, another caller. Yes, Kermit and Friends. How can I help you?
Yeah, I had a question for Doug.
Okay.
Doug, it has been said that you gave Bob a payoff to stop his harassment. Is that true?
Negative.
That's interesting. I heard that too. So you never paid Bob to leave you alone?
No, I did. I donated to Bob's on his chat.
Yeah.
Out of friendship.
Really?
You know? He accepted his apology. When I spoke to Bob the many times I have when he is sober, and we've had great conversations, I told him, I said, you know what? I think that you could have a great future on YouTube. Okay. You can attract people. All right. If you do it the right way. And Bob agrees to that. You know, this is nothing that I'm sharing that's not known. Okay. And so I told him I'd be willing to donate to help him build this platform, because I'm going to financial situation to be able to do that. My wife has her own private practice in the mental health field.
Wow.
I do fairly well on my own with what all I do. And so he can call it whatever he wants to, Walt's guy, which, oh, by the way, isn't his real name. I'm not going to go out and call him out.
It's Wits.
Oh, Wits.
Yeah.
That's not his name at all. But yeah, I did make a donation I make a donation to a lot of people's stuff. You know, I mean, I in chats a lot of times, you know, when people have super chats, you know, I'll drop them $100 or whatever. If I think that they're capable of saying the right thing and doing the right thing. And in this case,
interesting. These friendships are so on the internet and with YouTube. Right. I noticed this too. Like you are somebody's enemy, and then all of a sudden they're on your side, and you can't really tell if they're being real or not, or if they're just doing it to get exposure. Do you ever feel like that?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the deal. Here's what I learned about YouTube. When you start growing, and at one point I was almost at 400,000 subscribers on my original channel.
Wow.
The left starts attacking you so bad because they don't want to hear your point of view. Only the First Amendment applies to them, not you. So they want to shut you down. Okay.
Right.
And yes, the liberals and conservatives are on two complete different planes. All right. I admit that. But I don't go out and attack other people and say nasty shit about them because they're a YouTuber that I don't agree with. But when they come after me, I go after them with a vengeance, like I did last night with this guy, Glenn Ray Hyder, who's been attacking me and my wife for almost 3 years now. And he finally started putting out false information. It just wasn't true about my military service, my law enforcement service, saying things about my kid, my special needs kid. I should put a bullet hole in his head and then kill myself so that when I die, nobody has to deal with the broken baby that I produced. That's the kind of hate shit that these liberals throw at me because they don't want me to be able to express. Are they jealous, or they just don't want conservatives to be able to get their voice out there?
You think?
And so I called this guy out last night, and boy, did I call him out. And it worked because he put out a video today apologizing to me and my wife for the horrible things that he said and did. But in that apology, threw in another lie by saying that I was kicked out of law enforcement.
But do you think that it's a liberal conservative thing, or is it just like a bad human thing?
It's a bad. What's happening on YouTube is a bad human thing.
Okay. That's what I thought. Because I have a woman here who ran for president. She was like a Democratic nominee. And I would say to her, Charmin, I don't think that, is it a liberal going after conservative? You don't do that.
I don't do that.
What do you think
I don't
the problem
do that. I think it's a bad human problem. I don't think it is specific to politics. It's people who don't participate in politics too, right? Yeah. It's people who identify as independents. So I really don't think it's a Republican Democrat, though the last couple of years have been really rough. And that does definitely play into it, right? People insult each other. They're quick to call each other libtards and snowflakes, you know, and it's oftentimes people who don't vote who get the nastiest about politics. It is something that we need to talk about, right? There's been a lot of, especially in this community, there's been a lot of really nasty things said, horrible insults and threats. Yes. And the way people hone in on suicide and attack each other and the surviving loved ones of people who have committed suicide, it's a real problem. It's something we need to talk about. And this is the greatest place to do it because everyone here is brave enough and there's enough space to have these kind of conversations. So I just feel really fortunate to have landed in this particular corner of YouTube because there's people here who want to talk about it and reach across the aisle, however it is, left, right, or in the middle, and try to get people to come together and act right. And for whatever purpose, it's come together here at Kermit and Friends.
Yeah. I mean, so Douglas, you know, he put himself out there so much as a big conservative, like definitely conservative. There's no doubt about that. So when you do that, I feel like that just opens you up to all sorts of almost violent threats. And I mean, look what these people did to him. And then I get scared that people like that could, hide away because they don't want to risk it. Because do you want to risk it? It's a huge risk. You ran for president. You put yourself at risk.
And AW, my campaign manager, has the same birth date as the bat. Her year of birth is 10 years sooner. And the stories that are coming together here are really powerful. And they're too similar to ignore, right? Like synchronicities and anomalies. All of us who have no connection to each other still have similar stories. And there's something going on here. And there's an opportunity, if we talk about it and we do it right, we can heal our nation and get back our friends and family. That's what's most important to me, is we find a way to stop the angry threats, the mean accusations that we throw at each other. It's not helping us. It's tearing us farther apart. And if we can establish some healthy ground rules for our fighting and our debating, we can do this in a way that heals our divide, brings us back together, and gets our friends and family back. That's what's most sad for me. Like, I feel like all the good things about us managed to be used against us to get us to fight each other and try to kill each other. And that's got to stop. That's not working for us. None of us really like that. And if we wanted to go to war and fight each other, we would have done it by now. Instead, what I see consistently is a bunch of cooler heads prevailing and people wanting to talk and find a way to come back together. And I'm grateful to be part of it.
Sadly, let me just add one thing to that. I agree 100% with what you said. By the way, they've upped the ante. Okay, they're now physically trying to, like, I've got a police report I can show you where they shot at me and my kid in our front yard. The only reason we're alive today is my house sits about 150 yards off the road. Me and my special needs son were on the side of the home, and they were using a pistol. If they had a rifle, they would have probably, if they were a good shot, been able to hit us. But you're not going to do it with a pistol from that distance.
Wait, who was that?
Up, we don't know. They were never called. Car pulls up in front of the house, stops. I saw it. I looked. Shot rang out. They took off. I was able to get what kind of car it was. Some other people in the neighborhood that were physically there that saw it. Nobody was able to get the license plate. We called 911. Cops came out. They found the evidence. Luckily we're alive. But it's one thing to talk trash, but when you take it to that level where your speech is motivating people to go do physical harm to someone, then
can I chime in here?
Hey, go ahead, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
How you doing, Doug? How you been doing?
Good, brother. Doing all right.
That's good to hear. Let me fill in just a few blanks real quick. I have a very big reputation for bringing down a lot of false people, like Alex Jones, like Will Johnson, who a complete year before he came out and admitted it, I was telling people that he worked for Alex Jones. When it comes to Douglas Ducote's $400 donation, it wasn't because we had already became friends. I found Douglas Ducote not on YouTube. I found Douglas Ducote because I was inquiring into who Dustin Gold was. And Dustin Gold production, one of the shows he was producing was Douglas Ducote. So I went after Douglas Ducote because Dustin Gold is a Muslim who hates Christian, who was making money doing Donald Trump impersonations, stomping and setting Bibles on fire. So I was going after Dustin. My friend, James Hobbs, a 28-year veteran who's been in every campaign that he could be in multiple times, checked into Doug for me and came back and said, Bob, Doug is for real. He was in the same MOS as my friend. He knows everything about this guy. He's friends with people that are friends with Doug. So that told me that Doug was a legitimate good guy. So at that point, I contacted Doug and became friends with him and apologized to him.
Well, I don't think anybody's questioning that Doug is a good guy. Doug.
Can I ask a question?
No, hold on. Let me finish. You love to interrupt, so shut the fuck up, bitch, and let me finish talking. So anyway, He always interrupts. He can't not interrupt. So anyway, Douglas had asked if anyone knew who this guy was who was harassing him. Rob was digging in trying to find his identity. I suckered him to call me. When he called me, I had all of the information on him that I needed. I gave that to Doug. Doug donated $400 to me to thank me for that in particular, but also because he ended up liking me and we became friends and he wanted to donate to me anyway. So that is how the $400 came about. With the two guys that were shooting at Douglas Ducote, the description fit this guy and his homosexual lover that lives with him because they drive the similar or exact vehicle that was used in that shooting. And I know this because I talked to Doug directly after that shooting. I think it was them two that were shooting at Douglas, and the guys made threats against my life with his pistol. He has, I think, a Glock 9mm.
You're repeating yourself now. Are you finished
Glock
yet?
9mm, not a long one. So he couldn't hit nothing at that range.
You're repeating,
so I know
Bob.
that he has a Glock.
Here, go ahead, Witz. Bob, just let Witz talk. You didn't let Witz talk.
You're repeating. When Doug first came on the show, I got really upset and I blew an ass gasket. He was detailing in great detail things that the Bat had said and done to his family and about his special needs kid. And he said particularly that he should shoot himself so he couldn't reproduce, yada, yada, so on and so forth. There's no argument here that Doug went into great detail of a guy who can't put two words together. The Bat cannot put two words together. Therefore, what I'm saying is...
That's a lie. Why do you come on the show if you're lying?
I'll let you finish, please.
But you're lying. Don't tell lies. Be honest.
We watched it all the show together today. We all watched all the detail that Doug gave out. And all that detail, we will come back with clipped videos of you saying all of that. You're the one that said you was going to skull fuck his wife and that he should fucking shoot himself in the head.
And at that point in time, who the hell was on my team? Who was coaching me to do that? You are, Witch. At that time, you were head over heels after Douglas Ducote, your damn self.
Then we got an
just
admission
as
here.
guilty as I am because you were my co-conspirator.
Okay,
you
good.
were in on that with me.
Why did you do that?
Round one. You admit it? And Doug is a
I
lying.
I was proud of doing it at the time, but look at what I accomplished.
Together, and I will not hear you guys come up here and railroad him that way.
You're the one trying to manipulate him to commit crimes.
Right.
And I quote on your show the other night, I'm going to say a quote that you said to the Unread Bat in your live stream, your damn self right out of your own damn mouth, bitch. What you told the Unread Bat was Mark Connors was a bad manipulator, and that was his target. And he should think about going after Mark Connors. You are guilty of trying to coax a mentally ill person to commit a legitimate crime from another country just because you know he could get away with it.
Bob, that's not even what we're talking. You're making shit up to get out of it again. You guys set up here, you and Mr. Big Doug Ducote, both of you sat here together, and you put stuff on that child, on that kid, that he can't even put two words together.
All right, you're insulting the Bat. That's an insult to the Bat. You don't know the Bat.
Not in English.
I know the Bat. I've known that guy for 5 years.
Not in English
He's
to where I
smarter
can
than you think.
understand.
You're underestimating the Bat here.
You may speak another language.
And by the way,
you're interfering with something here. You and I can talk after this or later on.
But I
need to get through my time here. I need to get through my time, please. Thank you. Also, he paid Bob off $400. He says, I got money. I got it like that. My wife's a doctor. I'm at this, and I got all this money. But when a tree falls on his $250,000 home, he don't have insurance to pay for it. He's going to be homeless if the American people don't send this veteran money. He needs money. He begs for money all the time. Then he sits on he's just here for the subscribers, the likes, and whatever. He's another poach love. He's just here to poach a few viewers over to his channel so he can suck them in and get their money.
I actually don't think that. This is the one time I actually don't think that because he first of all, he has a lot of subscribers, okay? That he doesn't need that. I think that he actually was very hurt by this Bat.
I ain't buying it. I don't buy it. The FBI ain't that stupid. If I use your email, if I take your email address right now and I use it, they're not going to come to you. They're going to go to the source of that IP.
Yeah, the FBI isn't that stupid. If it was somebody in their own country who had done it, they would have caught Bob. If Bob was behind it, they would have tracked him down.
We're getting down on the gunshot story he just told. Well, he never called made a police report. If someone's shooting at you and your special needs son with a gun, shots and miss, you're not going to call the police. You're not going to call law enforcement, especially being ex-law enforcement your own self. This man is a habitual liar, and that's where him and Bob found common ground to get together and whatever they got going on now.
So who's your loyalty with? Is your loyalty with that bat?
Me?
Yeah.
Anyone being used, abused, bullied, treated like he's being treated now. Yeah.
Rob, you have not told one single truth since you opened your damn mouth on this show today. Not a single fucking word out of your mouth has been the truth. You're a habitual fucking liar. If I was sitting next to you, I would bitch slap your ass until nobody could recognize you again. You have lied. Let me tell you about Doug and his insurance. He's having to take his insurance to court when that happened. They didn't pay out initially. Oh, he had insurance, big mouth. See, that's another lie you told. You started the day with the lie over there in Discord. I fed Mark Cruz some information to go share something with you. You went and rewrote words into what he shared with you and reposted that on Discord, not knowing that I was waiting for you to do that. So I caught you in another lie today, Rob. Every single day, every single word out of your mouth is a lie.
Stay on one subject and one point at a time.
The same thing happened with me, Doug, when the unread bat attacked the daycares. The police were going to contact me first. They don't go look at the IP address first thing. So that's another lie you tell to garner favoritism in your fairy tale story. The first thing that you do, your tactic, Rob, is so simple that a blind man can see it. The first thing you do is lie in a way that people believe you. And then when people believe you, they are now on your team. They're now on your side. So the next lie you're fixing to tell.
Kermit and Friends
you just did that, Rob. You just did that to Douglas Ducote, and you're pointing the attacks at me because you don't like me. You're jealous of me. You hate me. You're jealous of everything that I do. You want to be me, but you're too stupid to be me. The fact of the matter is, when he reported that kid to daycare, if that director of that daycare hadn't called me and him together called the police department, they were going to come to my house and take me down to the police department. When somebody, after you, the guilty party, I believe, tipped me off about another act of fighting against me, against a university here where I live, that coached me to call the police. That ended up in me getting arrested for false or for abuse calls to 911, and I'm still having to under that charge now. You caused that, Rob. I believe that was you that did that. But also, the police didn't look up the IP address for who did it. You know what they did? They came to my house. They searched my computer. I had to take my computer down to the police department and let them search my entire history on the computer. I didn't have to do that. I could have forced them to go get a search warrant, but I got nothing to hide. I'm not in a little kiddo porn like you are, Rob.
That could be really embarrassing if somebody comes by and checks your search history. I mean, Barry, what would come up if somebody checked your search history on your computer?
Well, nothing really.
Oh yeah, nothing? You sure about that?
Nothing really. I mean, it's like I block all cookies on my computer for a reason.
So what do you think? Whose side are you on?
My computer being tracked.
Barry, who do you believe? Do you believe Douglas? He seems like the most sane, right? I feel like I think I believe him the most, just because he can remain calm. And then we have Witz, who's very passionate about this. He has a lot of passion. He cares about it. And then Bob, I don't even know. I guess he's on Douglas's side, I think. I don't know. It's very confusing. But, I mean, the FBI showing up places. There's shootings at people's houses, at airports. Planes are being diverted. This is not a joke. This is something that is very crazy. I mean, people are just taking it too far.
It's absolutely like the bat has turned the White House into the fucking nut house.
Exactly. And I wonder if there's anything we could do to help the people out there that are at risk. Because once you put yourself out there, once you say your political beliefs and who you are,
Right.
and you're strong about that, and you have a platform, a big one like Douglas Ducote does, all of a sudden you open yourself up to danger.
Yeah, of course. Or you get banned by Twitter like I did. For opening up your political beliefs being a Republican.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Barry. You know what? I think
I had 70.8 thousand followers. It was a good run. Over 1 million impressions a month. It was a good run.
Yeah, I'm sure you did very well on there.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't want that to happen to anybody here. We want everybody to have their voice heard. It's really important because even when you don't agree on something, like I didn't agree with Coach Love at all last week. There was one person that agreed with Coach Love. It was my mom. She believed what Coach Love was saying. Besides her, everybody else was like, what is this? It was so traumatic to have somebody that was such an integral part of the show, that was so a part of it, and booking guests and being so nice and calling me all the time and getting information from me and me opening up to her. It's like, who can you trust?
All of a sudden, you take that and then make it like I'm doing something different than I had already done for you. And so now you're mad because I don't listen to you and you talk about all of your family stuff. And just to be clear, I would like you to mark that I've never told anybody any of the stuff that you've told me off scene. I mean, on our phone calls. And you yourself just admitted that you would be on the phone for hours. And yes, we would talk about Kermit and Friends, but yes, you would all tell me all of your family stuff. Your mother, your sister, your brother, your dad, all that stuff. And I'm still not going to reveal it because I don't want to reveal it.
So I just got a private note from Bat Associate that states Rob, which is Wits, did not want Bat to come on the show today. That's why Bat is anxious about coming on. Rob tried to get him to turn against Kermit and Friends. What is that? Is that true, Bat?
He's been emailing him secretly, telling him that Trumpster Bob has only recently been friendly to him because he wants to use the Bat to terrorize people.
How would you know anything if there's any secretly email? How would you know these things? How do you?
Because I'm a friend of the Bat. I'm his associate.
Where's your receipts, as we say? Where's your receipts?
I could bring him on post show. I'll bring him on post show. I can't do it here.
We'll bring him right here, right now. He's a good guy. I had him on my show. We got along just fine. There's 2 hours of video there. There is nowhere in there is there any bad mention of Kermit and Friends.
Well, you did that with Gorilla Glue Girl.
No, I just ain't gonna argue that point. Bob did that, but anyway, he blames and all that. But this guy's making some claims. What do you got? Hold your hand out.
When Bat comes on, he'll make the claims himself. He's told me personally.
Okay, well,
that you've been trying to turn him against Trumpster Bob, who's his friend now,
just go that
and against Kermit and Friends.
So Bob is actually saying that possibly that is true. Rob is manipulating bats, the unread bat. Is that right, Bob?
That is correct. That's what he does. Okay, Rob wants to take down KF. He said this multiple times. This is no secret. Everybody knows that Rob is like the little mini me that wants to take over the world and do nothing, no good for anybody. He just wants to tear things down.
Is that true, Rob?
Come on, admit it, Rob. You said it in Discord. Yes, you have. I've got receipts. In fact, I'll go post to my Discord directly after this show. I keep screenshots there, Robbie boy. Uh-oh, you didn't know about that?
Not me.
Yeah, you.
Huh. Okay.
So what do you want? what he wants is the bat to attack people on this show, but the bat doesn't want to do that. Let me tell you a little something about the bat.
What I want today is to expose that you guys for bullying him, for lying on him.
Oh, I've been bullying the bat now. Oh God, bring the bat on here. Bat, have I ever bullied you in my lifetime?
You and Doug both just did. Doug was very articulate in the fact that the bat said he was to put a bullet in his head so he could not reproduce retarded children.
No, you weren't listening.
Bob, but you're the one who said that stuff.
Rob. He was not talking about the bat at that time. He was talking about the other guy that's been attacking. This guy, every single video he's done for 3 years has been against Doug. He's never done a video, anything else besides Doug. He looks in the mirror and he sits there and goes, "Oh, Dougie,
You already admitted on this show.
Dougie, you're an idiot. You're a dumbass." And that's what his videos are. It's like a broken recording every single day. He's like your exact twin brother.
You already admitted it, but you blame me for putting you up
Rob,
to it.
It doesn't matter. Can you meet here for a minute? Let me catch you up on
Which to stand by with. Stand by.
So here's the deal. The bat went after a lot of people. Yes, he's gone after conservatives, but let me fill you in. The bat only goes after people that he thinks are really very bad people. He does not go after just anybody. He does not go after people for fame or notoriety or any of that. The bat goes after people he thinks are bad people. And there are a lot of fake conservatives out there, a lot of them. At that time, we thought Doug could be one because he's working for Dustin Gold. So the bat went after him, also because he wanted to get notarized by Doug. But then that turned into a hate for Doug. And then after we were able to get Doug to pay his way out of a legal contract under Dustin Gold Productions and get out of that contract, Doug's show has taken a new turn for the best. Way for the better. His show is like night and day, head over heels, a great show. And let me tell you, the bat came to me after that and said, "So Douglas is a good guy then, Bob?" I said, "Correct." And I explained to him about Dustin Gold, the bad guy, and Douglas Ducote, the good guy. And he's left Doug alone ever since until recently. Apparently, he's posted some video about Doug up, a real short one.
All right. Okay. Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Yeah, I had a question and kind of an observation. First off, have you heard any reason yet from the bat why he hasn't joined the broadcast today? And also, it's interesting that the bat joined Witz's broadcast, right?
Yeah.
And not this one. So it seems to be some kind of connection there on Witz influencing the bat.
Well, everybody Witz talks to, when Witz finds out who we have on the show, he reaches out to that person and gets them not to do the show. If it's a certain type of person, if it's like two people have done that. That guy Mark and this guy Witz, they both have done that, where they reach out to people. If I publicize that somebody's going to be on the show, they reach out to those people, and then those people don't come on the show. So it's like hard for me to say, "Oh, I want to promote like Douglas Ducote being on the show," when I think somebody's just going to reach out to him and troll him into not coming on. So it's very frustrating. But Doug, Witz In actually does a lot of good things for Kermit and Friends. In fact, it was Charmin's birthday, and he made this beautiful Kermit the Frog video for Charmin on her birthday. And that made me think, man, cool. That's what I like about Witz. That's what I like about people.
I'm just trying to understand the dynamics of his relationship with the bat and why the bat isn't here today.
It's because of Witz In. That's why.
That's all I'm trying to understand.
He manipulated the bat to come on his show, and then he convinced him not to come here. And it's heartbreaking because Witz In does a lot of great things for Kermit and Friends, and he could do a lot more, and he has a lot of talent, and he could do things. But there are some people out there that get off on tearing things down, and I hate that. I hate that.
Podcasting back in the day, they try to mess with the guests, or they get there's jealousy, or they, if you promoted something, they try to mess with the guests.
You can't promote anything. That's the thing. You cannot promote anything. You can't tell anybody anything. And that's really sad because I would love to make Witz In a big part of this.
It's too bad.
No, it sucks. I mean, I know you're doing a wrap-up show after Kermit and Friends today. And I hope you discuss these things because it sucks.
We will. I think Wheezy and T-Bob are doing one as well.
Okay, so 3 wrap-up shows. We'll discuss all of this, but thank you so much. Thank you. So everybody check out Brain's wrap-up show. I just want to say, I mean, I would love to make Wits In a big part of the show. He has so much to offer. He does great graphics. Like right now, Douglas Ducote would like to share something on his screen. You know who knows how to do that? Wits In. But can I have Wits In contact Douglas Ducote to try to help him? No, I can't because I don't know what he's going to do. But then I want him to be part of it because he does things like this.
Hey, okay, everybody. We have a very special announcement to make today, and I really want to get this right. So please, everybody, Scooter, Fozzie, especially you, Fozzie, pay attention, because sometimes you're a beep and you do not pay attention. You really need to pay attention, okay? Okay? Good. All right, then. Lights. Camera. Yeah, good job, Fozzie. And action. Hey, wait. Hold on. Cut. Fozzie, why is the camera already on? You're not supposed to be recording until I say action. Come on, I am the director, right? Right, and you're the camera bear. I'm just saying, let's should make sure that we got a roll straight here, please. I'm just saying, let's make sure that we got our roll straight here, please. And please, no. Don't do it now. No, don't do it now. Just go. We're gonna clean this all up in post. Anyway, I'm never gonna work with a bear again. Hi-ho! Kermit the Frog here. I was just sitting around relaxing in my digital swamp. When I realized today that today was November 1st.
Welcome, Unread Bat. Hi. Okay, so I've learned a lot about you. There's people here that have a lot of strong opinions about you. You're a quiet guy. Growing up, you were a quiet guy. You mentioned to people that you had a hard time growing up and that you felt lonely. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And when you were growing up, was it hard for you to make friends?
Yes, I didn't have any friends.
Yeah, me too. Okay. So you had a hard time making friends. You felt alone. You were by yourself. You didn't feel a lot of support, right?
Yes.
Okay. And when you got older, you started to shift into politics. You're conservative. Is that right?
I don't know, but don't know what I am.
Okay. So you're very conservative. So are you a big fan of people like Douglas Ducote that have a conservative YouTube channel?
Yes, I find him funny.
You find him funny?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree with his opinions on things?
Yes, sometimes, yes.
Were you enamored with him?
What?
Did you admire him and who he is, how he's strong? He seems to be, you don't, like, just offhand, you don't seem to have a lot in common with him. Like, he's very outspoken and he speaks, many words. And he's very strong in his opinions. He's not afraid to say them out loud. He made a whole channel about being conservative. Do you wish that you could do that?
I don't know. I never wanted to have a child like that.
Did you divert planes at an international airport and blame Douglas Ducote?
Yes, I did.
Why did you do that?
I was bored enough. Wanted to do something funny. I found the misunderstanding because funny.
Okay. And did you go after Douglas's son?
No, I didn't say this comment.
Did you make fun of his son? Did you go after his wife?
I didn't make any comments about his son.
Oh, you never made a comment about his son?
No.
Never. He
I
thinks you
didn't.
did.
No, he was talking about the other guy.
The other guy. Oh, okay. Was it a different bat?
No, that's the other YouTubers.
Okay. All right. So do you think this all is just like a big misunderstanding?
No, I think the airport. That's
Was diverting those planes an isolated incident?
I don't know. I
You don't know. Okay, we're getting a caller. Yeah, Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Hey, Liz, I just had a question for the bat.
Okay, I have the bat here for everybody. Everybody's gonna ask the bat a question.
Hey, bat. Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you. He's right here.
Okay. Hey, bat. You were on What's His Show with me the other night. I'm Fireman John, and we were talking, and you seemed to have a good time. And we asked you the same question, why you picked Doug, and you said because he was funny, right?
He likes Doug. He likes Doug, but he treats him like he hates him, kind of, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like you targeted him because of his political beliefs or anything like that.
Well, they have the same beliefs, I think.
Yeah, and I think things are getting a little twisted here. We had a good conversation with Bat, and we were looking forward to his appearance, and we are. He's here on the show.
Yeah.
So
yeah, here he is.
I'm glad you're here, Bat, and we're your friends, and we support you and what you're doing, which is going from where you were to where you are. So thanks.
Great. Thanks. Great call. Okay. So that's a friend of yours. You're going to make friends here. So, okay. We had a couple questions. First, people are asking me if this is Unread Bat. It is. So this is Unread Bat. And another question I thought was a good question is, how do you divert a plane? Like, what are the steps to do that? Like, how did you do that?
I'm making an airplane that they would take it seriously.
You don't have access to firearms or anything like that, right?
No, I don't have.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. So let's just take some more questions from people. Let's see who would be a good person for this. Let's go to Daniel. Daniel will ask you a nice question.
Hey, Unread Bat. It is nice to meet you, sir. I just wanted to know, I mean, I'm kind of similar to you. I was very quiet and shy when I was a kid. Like, what are some of the things that people called you when you were a kid? I heard that you were kind of picked on.
Awesome question. Awesome. Go ahead, Bat.
Sometimes it was in a late high school. Yes, I had some friends. Later they started asking me for money and started spitting at me. They started spitting at me at school and threatened me with a knife.
Oh, someone threatened you with a knife?
Yes.
Okay.
And they started spitting at me at school because I didn't bring them enough money. They borrowed money from me.
Okay. Yeah, this is tough. I don't know. I feel bad because I feel like you've been through a lot, sounds like. And there's a lot there. I don't know if I'm even fully equipped for this. Charmin, am I fully equipped for this? No, absolutely not, right?
No. So I guess I'm confused. Are you conservative or are you apolitical and just like to shake up politics?
I don't know where I stand about that. I find that the previous president funny and I kind of like it.
Okay. All right. Are you following the UN's trials that just finished recently? You're overseas somewhere. You get different news than we get here in the US.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that. That's fine. What are you going to do next? You're going to hang around here and become a Kermitarian and visit us and, shake things up for us too?
Good question.
Yes.
Do you think that you're like a nice guy? Do you think that you're a good person, Bat?
Yeah, that thing I'm funny.
You think you're funny. So you don't think you're a good person. You think you're funny? Okay, I was just curious about that. I'm just getting a caller. Yeah, Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Yes, this is Coach Love, and I'm just wondering what his overall mission is. What is his mission?
Great question, Coach Love. Great question. Love that. Okay, so Coach Love just called in asking, what is your mission? Like, what do you want to happen? Ideally, an ideal situation. You're here on Kermit and Friends. People are watching you. People have been wondering all week who you are. There's a lot of interest. And I know after the show, people are going to reach out to you. What's the best case scenario?
I don't know. I'm just trying to have fun.
To have fun. Okay, great. And I know you look up to Douglas Ducote. I'm going to put you on with him. Let's see, if you had a chance to talk to Douglas Ducote, what would you say to him?
I have already apologized to him, but
and I accept your apology again. Can we at least now understand that Rob DeHaven, Wiltz or whatever, can he admit now that this did happen and it was the unread bat? And also, I don't know how to share my screen, but if I could and somebody would talk me through it, I'd be more than happy to show also the police report where I was shot at, which Waltz claims that I don't have and didn't do. Once again, Rob DeHaven likes to.
I'm going to admit to something.
He's a liar.
Your question. I'm going to answer your question by an admission. Okay,
please.
Okay. When the planes were allegedly diverted, Bob had bat on his life bat. You remember this. Bob had bat. He said, "Well, how did you do that to Doug?" And bat just typed on the screen. He says, "Now I'm gonna blow the plane up," or whatever, something like that to that effect, right? All I did was, and here's how we out-talk this guy because he doesn't speak good English. You speak good English, I understand you, but I just put a picture of planes up, Doug. That's all. And Bob and I drinking fucking beer and laughing, going, "Look at these planes being diverted. There's 2 more diverted from DFW Airport." Bob going right along with it, and telling me to shut up. I don't believe there were any planes diverted, Doug. And I don't believe your story, sir.
It was on the news.
Maybe there's some truth to your story, but it's not all true. Not the way you tell it. The way you tell it is not true. Bob did the same thing. Let me finish. Bob just did the same thing. If he used Bob's email address, which is Trumpsters and Conservatives at Gmail, how would they know to contact Bob with that email if they don't look at an IP? And if they look at an IP, they will see it came from another country. These stories do not hold water that you guys are telling. You're very articulate. You're more articulate than I even, so I have to be careful going up against you, but I'm not scared to. You and Bob together are very articulate, and you're out talking this kid, and I don't like it.
Huh.
Okay, can I talk now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rob DeHaven, you came on here and you physically or verbally attacked me with false comments and statements.
And there's more to
so
come.
Can we get an apology for doing that because it's not true? The bat has admitted he did it. I've told you I will share my screen with the police report. You can Google the planes being diverted. All that goes back to me. I can share with you personally if you'd like to see it. If I knew I'd do it right now, I'd do it. But I'm not technically inclined very much, all right? I used to have a producer did all this for me. Now I'm trying to figure it out on my own. Doesn't have rotor blades attached to it, so I don't know shit about it. But I'm learning. Point is, I've got a War and Peace novel of all the shit that he did to me, to include what Bob did, okay? And also the FBI's involvement. The FBI is the one who ran the IP address and realized it wasn't me. But the local police department that originally came after me,
as I said, parts of your story, you have made a call to the FBI. That much may be true, but the way you are crafting your story, sir, is just not true. Bob and I sat there and just made that shit up.
What's not true?
We sat there together and made that shit up.
Did he just not admit that he did it?
Everybody run with the story. It's funny. Everybody's running with it, including you.
Nothing you're saying, Rob, makes any sense at all. You're contradicting yourself.
I'm confessing.
You are completely lying about everything that took place, saying that it's not true when it just got proven to you and the whole world that's listening
Bob
that it is true.
Bob Jones and I looked at pictures of planes on the screen, and we go, "Oh, look,
We're
they're
not
being
talking about
diverted." Bob
pictures.
said,
I
"There
can
goes
show look at
another
pictures
one."
of planes all the time. I'm telling you.
I can't help it that you saw opportunity and tried to seize it for your donation, for
what
your subscribers.
opportunity?
Oh, is
can't
that
help
what you're saying, Witz? Is that what this is all about? You think that Doug put up some fake pictures of planes to get donations?
No, we did. I did. I put a screenshot of these little tiny itty bitty airplanes everywhere all over the map, right? And I go, "Look here, Bob, it's really happening." And Bob goes, "Well, yeah, by God, it is. There you have it, folks." And we just started talking, making it up about planes being diverted. And the guy up here in the corner who we're not listening to, he was on that very same show when we did that.
He just admitted he did it. And I've got the
We
FBI
made it
report to
up.
show that he did it. They contacted him and his
tricked him
family.
too. We
They
tricked
contacted
him
him and
too.
his family. I can prove all that to you. Although you're not worthy of my time at all because you're a pathological liar that can't tell the truth about anything. In fact,
I
why
agree.
we're wasting our time talking to you is beyond me. So you did a good happy birthday thing with Kermit the Frog. Why? To get in the good graces of these people so you can go attack them in the future? No. You're a horrible person that does horrible things. And until you will admit that and apologize,
I'm coming after you hard, buddy.
I don't have anything
Not on this platform, but I'm coming after you because all these people that come after you are living.
Put on headphones, Witz. Put on headphones.
Beyond yourself.
Yeah, no. He doesn't have headphones. He's in trouble anyway. Okay, so Bob, obviously these guests that you booked are fantastic. Fantastic. A 10. I give them a 10. Douglas Ducote, Wits In, Bat Associate, the Bat. I mean, everybody's passionate about these guys. They're really fabulous.
I want to say this real quick before we go into the next stage of anything. Okay. The night in question that Rob is talking about, the Bat shared his screen on my live stream to prove that he did it. And he did it again to Doug while we were live. And Rob is lying through his teeth because I went to the airport's website and we watched those planes be diverted real time. And we watched 5 international flights from other continents that were headed in to the Louisiana International Airport. One of them got diverted as far away as Dulles, up there in the northeast part of the United States. And Rob saw this with his own eyes, so he is lying through his freaking teeth. Now, with that said, thank you, Elisa. I'm glad to be able to get the Bat on here. And everybody involved, thank you very much. But there is something special, another part of the show that I wanted to present as a surprise for somebody on here.
Oh, is this a birthday present for Charmin?
No, yeah, I mean, she could look at it that way, but no, this is just one of those times when I just wanted to show her that people do love her and care about her.
Okay.
But I'm going to need her up here, and I'm going to need Douglas Ducote up here to introduce his wife to Charmin.
And here's the deal. She's sick at the moment and not capable of doing that, but she wants to reach out. She wants to talk to Sherman, and we can set that up in the future.
Wow, how nice is that, Charmin? Bob,
yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, Bob has been talking about this. He's been talking. He's so excited to introduce you to Mrs. Ducote. I can't even tell. He's been telling me about this all week. Bob has a good heart. He wants to do good things for people. You're going to make a new friend here. Hopefully she'll be like Doug and less like some other people. But Bat Associate, what is that? What is that?
This is evidence of the unread Bat. Now, I'm not very technically inclined myself, but him confessing to Trumpster Bob on his video. Now, I'll just read it to you, and I'll prove that Trumpster Bob is right next to him. Everyone knows what his room looks like. That's Trumpster Bob's room. Let me just show you Bob himself. There he is. There he is. Let me see if I can get the date for you. Let me see if I can get the date for you. That was on March 29th, 2020. And it reads from the Unread Bat. I really did it. I did a prank to him with his email about that airport story he talked about. I never hacked him. I just gave in his email in the contact form. He thought I hacked him and changed his password. Then I started sending him messages to his buddy, American Joe, who he challenged to a duel on Dakota's behalf. And Dakota will verify that. So there, the bat confessed. Rob is talking shit, and he is trying to steal the bat's thunder. This was.
You think that's what it's about?
Absolutely.
This was the bat. Jealous?
He's fucking jealous. This was the
He's
bat's
jealous?
15 minutes of fame. Everyone has been referring to him on Discord as the legendary bat. And Wits
The
can't stand it.
legendary bat?
The legendary bat. We're thinking of chipping in and buying him a Batman uniform. It's great to see you, by the way, Bat. I love you. I love the scene hairstyle you're rocking. It's so great to see you. Love you. Love you. Really. I clapped when you came on. I clapped.
Wow, you have a big fan here?
I'm a huge fan. I've known him for 5 years.
Wow.
Close friend of mine.
Okay, so you think that everybody's jealous of the bat. They're calling him legendary bat.
Yes,
I mean, I could see why people would be jealous of you. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like a lot of this animosity is coming from jealousy?
I don't know why. Why would anybody be jealous of terrorist threats?
Not quite sure. Okay, Legal Latino Heat.
All right.
Do you think that people are jealous of the bat because people are in the Kermit and Friends Discord saying that the legendary bat is amazing? They can't wait to see him on the show. Is it possible that Wit's in? He's just filled up with jealous rage right now.
I'm a fan of Wits. Nobody beats the Wiz. I'm a big fan of T-Bob. Bat has a lot of charisma. A lot of people in the chat love him. That's the reason I'm here. Look, I changed shirts. I put on a hat just to say Bob. I mean, Bob is awesome. Bat is awesome. Happy birthday, Charmin. And this is an awesome show for giving everybody an opportunity to say something.
Wow. So you don't really have a side. You like everybody.
No, you made me a fan. I'm like, this is the second week I'm watching this show. I like different people coming on and different point of views. It's a pretty cool show. So I'm a new fan. T-Bob told me about this. So
Wow, T-Bob, man. T-Bob's amazing. Okay, so if like Legal Latino or Bat or anybody wants to join the Kermit and Friends Discord to have more problems in your life, I'm going to post it right now. I'm going to post it in the Kermit and Friends chat. So if you want to join our Discord server, oh shoot, I did the wrong thing. Hold on. So I want people after the show to be watching all the wrap-up shows because we're going to be talking about everything that goes on this show. And so people will be talking about the legendary bat, amongst other things. Obviously, Douglas Ducote and his situation. There's just so much going on here. Bat, did you notice there's a lot going on?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. A lot of people can notice that. So, there's a lot going on here. So to keep up during the week when the show is not on, go to the Kermit and Friends Discord server. You could talk to me. You could talk to Bob, Charmin. I mean, we all have a very strong voice and we don't necessarily agree on everything. Like, I love how Douglas Ducote, he's like a big conservative guy. Charmin ran for president as a Democrat and they were speaking today. And it's powerful people like that are on opposing sides that I love when they connect. Like, you divert planes, right? I don't divert planes, but we're friends now. See how that works? It's amazing. So everybody just relax. I'm going to bring on our musical guest, Wappy. Do you like music, Bat?
Yes.
Okay.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Tied to a wheel, these fingers gotta feel. Bleeding through a Target smile. I spin on a whim, I slide to the right. I found you like electric light. For our love, for our fear, for our rights against the years and years and years. Got a machine head, it's better than the rest, yeah. Green to red, machine head. Got a machine head, it's better than the rest, yeah. Green to red, yeah. Now I walk for my machine. Now I walk for my machine. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. starting to deserve this. Leaning on my conscience wall. Blood is like wine, unconscious all the time. If I had it all again, I'd change it all. Got a machine head, it's better than the rest, yeah. Green to red, machine head. Got a machine head, it's better than the rest, yeah. Green to red, yeah. I walk from my machine. I walk from my machine.
Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here. I hear you have a rodent problem. Oh look, there goes one now.
Wow. Okay, that was amazing. Wappy is so incredible as our house band. I'm curious, Wheezy, what do you think should be on the wrap-up show today?
Oh, there's just so much. I mean, I would love to interview the Bat again because I have a lot of questions still. And but I know that Chase is doing a wrap-up too. So I would encourage people to go to his wrap-up show as well because I'm excited about it too.
Yeah, so Chase Johnson is doing a wrap-up show. Obviously, Wheezy will be involved in a wrap-up show. Trumpster Bob will be doing a wrap-up show. Charmin's usually involved in a wrap-up show. And people are big fans of all those people I just mentioned. So obviously, just check out all those shows. Charmin just sent me something. Oh, God, what the hell is this? Oh, no.
I can't wait.
Charmin, no. Charmin just sent me a GoFundMe.
Oh.
To send Bob to Nigeria.
Bring Bob up. Bring Bob up. I got an idea. I've been working on it all week.
Did you just put together a GoFundMe to send Bob to Nigeria where he definitely won't have any internet whatsoever to be on Kermit and Friends?
Well, I think he'll still have access to internet because his Nigerian princess has access to internet. Otherwise, how would she ever be able to be so involved with him?
Wait, did you put this together?
Yeah, I put this together. Bring Bob up. I've got an idea.
All right.
Bob had a gift for me. I got a gift for him too.
All right, send T-Bob to his Nigerian princess, organized by Charmin Smith. So she's standing behind this.
Mm-hmm.
Quick correction. It's not Nigeria. It is Sierra Leone.
That is right. And we did a little bit of price hunting so we could figure out how much plane tickets were. And I set the goal to be under the amount of the plane ticket. And I think it is possible for you to earn enough donations to fund your trip to Africa, right? So one of the things that has come up over the last week or two and all the warring that's taking place between different camps in this community has been the threats and the type of threats that are made. And at some point in time, you're going to have to apologize to some people you don't want to apologize to. And I know you really don't want to. And we're going to miss some of the truly exceptional insults that you come up with, Bob. You have a gift, a rare gift of words.
Even when I go to Africa, the only thing that's going to change is my lifestyle. For one, I'm going to be very happy there compared to here. Mm-hmm. But number two, I will be doing a live stream channel where I upload videos of having a good time in Africa, going to the good spots, the pubs, the only casino there in Freetown and places like that.
Bring me back. So my suggestion to you, Bob, is that you do one last truly terrible T-Bob rant where you tell us all the worst insults you've ever come up with and you just get them out one last time. And anybody who likes what they hear or are glad they're never going to hear it again just donates to your GoFundMe. And I think with one really good T-Bob explosion, you fully fund your trip to Africa with no problem.
That sounds
I put the first $50 in to make sure
I saw that Charmin donated $50 to you, Bob. That must touch your heart in some way. I mean, it's really nice what she's done for you.
He's trying to make me tear up again.
You should be cheerful. You're amazing. You're an amazing person. You make my life, Bob. If it wasn't for you, I don't even know. You make me laugh so much. The people that you brought here, everyone that surrounds you is such a gift.
I want to thank Legal Latino. He for a surprise pop in today too. He's a great guy. He really is. I used to go after him like crazy, but we ended up becoming friends too.
Why am I not surprised? Okay, so I think we're all good here. We're gonna have a wrap-up show. Wheezy is gonna orchestrate everybody and gather everyone into the Kermit and Friends Discord.
Yes.
Is that a possibility that everyone can be involved here? Like
Yeah, absolutely.
Daniel? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, anybody's always invited to our wrap-up show. I'm doing one with Bob.
Okay.
And then I think Chase is either doing one at the same time or after, and he has Charmin on. And speaking of Charmin, I think it's a great idea to get Bob over to his Nigerian or his Sierra Leone princess, because he's been talking about her a lot, and it's probably expensive to get over there. So I'm actually excited about this.
Yeah, I just worry that we'll lose Bob to that Nigerian princess. I feel that that's a possibility.
We might have to have him sign some kind of contract so that he stays involved. Maybe.
Why can't we bring her here? I feel like if we brought her here, it'd be a lot better, because then at least we wouldn't lose him.
That's a great idea.
I feel like he would get lost in the village there, and like everybody would want to listen to him. And
he'd probably make the wrong person man and just disappear forever.
I agree. But what about Wits In?
Oh.
What is up with this guy, Wits In? I told him, I said, Wits, just be Kermit the Frog. You're so good at that. You're a brilliant Kermit the Frog. If you're just the nice Kermit the Frog, you'll be so wonderful here. People will celebrate you. They'll love you. You'll be like the number one guy. Why can't he just be Kermit?
I honestly think that because me and Wits, he was pretty mean to me right off the bat, and then I ended up liking him. But I think that he enjoys being the villain. I think that his role is to be the villain. And he gets off on it. He likes it. Look at his little smile right now. He knows that he likes being the villain, and he likes to stir shit up. But I was going to be mad if Bat didn't show up today. I was going to start yelling at Wits, because we had a fantastic interview with Bat today, and we could have missed that because of Wits' being a rascal.
Yeah.
Good job to the Bat. Good job. He's holding his own. He really is.
Yeah.
It's hard, and these guys can out-talk me too. So I have to be careful, you know.
Who can out-talk you? You mean Douglas Ducote?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't mean he's right. It just means he can out-talk me. And he could, you know, I blow my ass gaskets and go, blah, and nobody takes me serious. So I have to work on that.
Do you believe in what you're saying when you're arguing with him? Do you believe in what you're saying? You do? You still believe in it?
Yes.
Wow.
I do. I mean, he if we go back and we rewatch the top of your show, he was being very explicit on the things that the Bat was doing to him, saying that he needed to be shot in the head so he couldn't reproduce more retarded kids. I mean, that's his quotes.
Okay, but he's accepting the apology. I mean, we all say things we don't mean.
Okay, but I can't imagine for 1 minute the Bat saying that. We just went through a whole show with him. There's no way he could have said those things that Bat. There's no way you could have said those things that Doug and Bob say that you're saying. You just couldn't have done it.
Bat?
I have said similar things before, but I didn't say these things about his son.
Yeah, well. They're very good talkers. They're very good talkers, and even me. I mean, they're slamming me up against the lockers right now for even putting my nose in this. I know what they're doing, and I know how they're abusing this guy.
So you think he's being abused?
Hey, Barry.
Hey, how are you?
What's
I didn't
up?
realize I was on screen. I was reading the chat.
What's up,
How you
buddy?
guys doing?
Barry, do
How
you
are you
think the
doing?
Bat is being abused? Because Wits is saying that the Bat is being abused right now.
Yes, I actually do believe it, because as somebody with autism myself, I can actually see. I don't think the Bat's all there in the head, to be honest with you. Like psychologically, I think he not only suffers from autism spectrum disorder, but he suffers from a form of being mentally challenged from the way it seems that I've observed him. He doesn't seem to comprehend certain things that he does that are technically illegal, like diverting an
Hey,
airport.
whoa! You underestimate the Bat. He's all there. He may not look like much, but he is thinking. When you think he's just
Well,
staring at the camera, not thinking, he's thinking.
I don't underestimate
Thank you, Joe.
I don't underestimate anyone, but I'm just saying, in his defense, what he did is technically a federal crime under
What
U.S.
he did,
law.
by the way, his intention, everyone needs to understand, his intention was not to get Dakota arrested, was it, Bat? That was not the funny part.
What was the intention?
No,
what was it
then? I'm talking about diverting the airplanes. That's actually a federal
He knew
crime.
it was illegal, but he knows the Bat is untouchable. That's why he does it. That's why he's on the show. He's not
Actually,
afraid to
nobody's
confess.
untouchable. Actually, nobody is. You know why?
You're untouchable.
Because I thought I was untouchable for a long time, and I was actually a security consultant working with the U.S. government as an independent security consultant for many years. Okay, and I was sponsored by a law enforcement agency as a security consultant.
You're not in the bad
officer, but a
element.
security consultant.
You're not in the bad element, my friend.
And the feds came after me.
You ain't the Bat. You ain't the Bat. I'm sure they caught you, but you ain't the Bat.
Well, you know what?
I
guarantee you, after the show, the feds are going to go visit the Bat again.
They're going to visit him. They never saw him. They sent a couple of emails. They tried to contact his local police department. They dropped it because the Bat is untouchable. He knew what he was
He's not
getting into.
untouchable.
Bat, are you untouchable?
Nobody's untouchable from the feds in the United States government. That's the one thing I learned. Nobody's untouchable from the United States government, and two, they never lose. They always seem a way to fuck you. Okay, the U.S. government. Even if you're innocent, in my kind of case that I was in, they always find a way to fuck you because they don't like to lose. So I'm not a felon, thank God. I just have 2 misdemeanors, but still, it's like that. If after the show the feds come get you, make sure to plead not guilty by reason of diminished capacity, not insanity, but diminished capacity. That's all I got to say. Because as diminished capacity defense, they have to lower your charge down to a misdemeanor. That's all I can say. With a psychological evaluation of being autistic and not being able to comprehend certain things, I'm actually sticking up for the Bat. I don't think he realizes what he did is a federal crime, and some of the shit that he does is a federal crime, and/or state crimes, and certain states don't allow diminished capacity defenses, but the feds do. They allow it. And in my case, I pled not guilty because of diminished capacity, and the feds had to lower my charges down to misdemeanors. Yeah, I had a diminished capacity evaluation and everything because I'm also autistic like the Bat, but I'm an autistic savant. I'm actually very smart, and there's no doubt in my mind that the Bat's smart too because I can see the smirk in his eyes the way he's thinking. I know a savant when I see one, and I know someone who thinks that they're super intelligent, and I know when they're super intelligent and they're autistic when I see them to their face. So, the Bat is really intelligent, but at the same time, don't be surprised if the feds come for him again after this show. That's all I got to say.
Barry, will you befriend the Bat?
Yeah, I'll befriend the Bat.
Great. So this episode of Kermit and Friends was very successful. The Bat got plenty of friends. Bat, I hope you have fun in our Discord server. I hope you join us on all of our wrap-up shows. I hope you're friends with everyone here. Douglas, Witz, Bob, Barry, Daniel, Wheezy, your associate, Legal Latino host, Charmin, Wappy. Everybody here wants to be your friend, okay? Do you realize that? Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay, great. So everybody watch the wrap-up show. You never know who will show up there. Might be a Bat who has tons of friends now thanks to our show today. I appreciate everyone that was involved in bringing the Bat to us. Obviously like Whitson and Bob, Kermitarians of the year, and the Bat. And it was just such a blessing to bring people together from opposing sides. And that's what we do here. It's a friendly place where Kermit and Friends join us every week and bring your story to us because we'd love to help. See you next week.
Yeah. West Coast vibes. Yeah. Blessed of life, we've been chilling, getting high. Hollywood in the hills, I'ma get mine. A couple $100 million, I'm a goddamn mine. We've been getting by, we got lit vibes. We've been searching for a better life. Palm tree, smoking palm tree. Summertime, living lovely. Old town on a new beat. Getting lit in the hills of my sound, yeah, it's lovely. I'm making money. Palm tree, smoking palm tree. Summertime, living lovely. Old town on a new beat. Getting lit in the hills of my sound, yeah, it's lovely. I'm making money. Palm tree, smoking palm tree. Summertime, living lovely. Old town on a new beat. Getting lit in the hills of my sound, yeah, it's lovely. I'm making money. Palm tree, smoking palm tree. Summertime, living lovely. Old town on a new beat. Getting lit in the hills of my sound, yeah, it's lovely. I'm making money. Yeah, yeah. We'll see you next week, guys. Thank you so much.